What's poppin' ain't shaman, and I'm a man that loves a challenge. Being it trying to slay the hardest bosses in a FromSoft game, trying to survive the darkest dungeons, or being born dyslexic, just the challenge of reading every day. The dog. But I want to focus on the Darkest Dungeon one because the game that we're playing to is heavily inspired by Darkest Dungeon. That game being MistOver, and I truly think this is a nod to the Darkest Dungeon mod community because the mod community loves its anime girls. And this thing is pretty much Darkest Dungeon, but anime. And I heard that it is just as or even more challenging than Darkest Dungeon. And knowing that, I had to get my grubby little fingers on this thing. But this is where I realized that the challenge for this game had already started before I even bought the game. This is usually the simple part. You know, you got money for the game, you buy the game, and then you play the game, right? Well, a quick search on Steam shows that this game is actually taken down on Steam and actually took down on every other platform because this game actually sold horribly and the reviews for it were pretty bad. And I'm thinking now that I already lost until I remembered resellers. So I go look up the game and see if anyone's selling it, which they were. The only thing was that they were selling this game for $200. What the hell? So that was it. I thought I wasn't gonna pay no $200 for a game. You got me fucked up. So I scrapped that idea and put this video on hold until I was blessed by y'all in the community when I finally got YouTube partner. And that first check I got was the exact amount of $200.53. So I had to do some real adulting and think this money can go straight to the YouTube channel. I could buy a new mic, a lens, something to help bring the quality of the YouTube channel up. I can't spend it on nothing stupid. So we're playing MistOver today, guys. Challenge 1 cleared. So I jumped straight into the tutorial and had to face off of a couple of worms. And we kind of handled them sleekly, if I have to say myself. So after finishing the tutorial, our band of anime girls is met with a group of knights. And they speak Japanese.
What did he say?
Yeah, since this game didn't make it along on the shelves, it's all in Japanese, and they didn't get around to the English dub, so I will try my best to grace y'all with my voice acting presence. So the knight captain that saves us asked us why were we wandering in these forests, but before we could tell him why we were there, we just realized that we got amnesia all of a sudden. How convenient. But he tells us that we might be one of the missing ones, letting us know this is a common occurrence around town, where people will aimlessly walk around the mist and start losing their memories. They are known as the missing ones, thus us. Well, luckily for us though, the night captain was able to steer us in the right direction and get us a boat into town. And it's not too shabby. You got a nice shop, a place on the hill, and is that a vortex in the back, my boy? Hello, why the hell are we here? Do we need to evacuate? Is that a permanent fixture in the view? And come to find out, it is. As the soldier tells us, welcome to Arta, the place that we're gonna be calling home in our hub for the game. Home of the Expedition Corps, the people that go into the mist and look for treasures and trying to push back the mist. But before we explore the rest of town, the soldier tells us it's very important for us to meet with the Duke Heinrich, the man that lives in this castle on the hill with the vortex right behind it. And as we approach this dark, gloomy castle, we are stopped by the Duke's assistant, Stella. And I gotta say, I'm loving the art style of this game already, if you feel what I'm saying. And as we walk inside to the top of the castle into the dark room, we see the man that we're looking for, Duke Heinrich, who is a lot younger to us than we thought. Welcome to my residence, warriors. I am Sir Heinrich, and I am the heir of the Weinstein family. The ancient books of prophecies has been in my family's care for generations, and we believe it contains the key of saving our world from destruction. So I am doing my best to decipher its content. I am told that you are one of the missing ones. Do you remember anything at all? The mist is pure evil, corrupting humans' memories. The longer you're exposed to it, the more you will forget. Well, can't do anything about it now. Might as well get that yeah. As we go to the Expedition Corps so we can finally get us a team, because the people that we got on the tour mission, I guess, are all dead or something, because they didn't come with us. Look at you. No character, no courage, no nothing. Get out of here. So this seasoned old veteran reeking of booze is Mark, and he is the leader of the Expedition Guild. And after telling him that the Duke sent us over here, he's going to be the one to get us new recruits for our team, seeking out new talent to help boost our skills, or whenever we need a refill when our characters die. Now see, this is where the game first starts is testing you as you try to buy the right characters for your team, and you take a lot of time on who you should pick and where you should put your money to. So me, channeling my inner white side, decided that it was time to go buy me some people and put them to work. So we copped us our first anime girl being our paladin that's gonna be the tank of the team, copped us a shadow blade who's pretty much our assassin and DPS, a ronin who's also a DPS but also has a really cool mechanic that we'll get to a little later, a sister, a nun who's pretty much our healer of the team and a bit of a masochist, think of Darkness from Konosuba, and a witch that I will admit now I hella underutilized and didn't realize that she might be the most useful character in the whole game. I mean, I didn't even check the stats that she had the strongest stats out of the lineup. And mind you, she's also able to hit columns and rows very easily. But it's time to get to some action, and we're getting ready for our first expedition into the mist. So we hit to the shop and hit Marie, and just like the fat ass I am, I done bought her out of her food. But she also gives us a bag of goodies to start our travels, so you clutch, my G. But with that, we are dropped into the dungeon overworld, and as you can see, it is a bit different from Darkest Dungeon. Instead of walking straight lines and picking what room you're going to, you're able to travel in 360 degrees, able to destroy obstacles, find treasures, and fight monsters, which we do right now. And we get reintroduced to our little buggy friends from the tutorial mission. This time we got the full squad on them though. And after fighting them, we get introduced to a new enemy being the zombies, and these boys are a pain in the butt. And it's not like they hard to kill or anything, they're just really a nuisance. But after clearing the mission of cleaning up the dungeon, we see that our teammates have leveled up, and we meet another interesting mechanic in this game, which is the Doomsday Clock, which if you play something like XCOM is pretty much a whole mechanic to really get you going and make sure that you're clearing the dungeons, destroying all enemies, and doing everything you can to help out. And it's just one added layer of stress to the whole game that is already stressful. But since we do good, the clock actually goes in reverse, and we're able to get back into town to see the Duke and reap our reward. And we open up a couple more locations we can use to upgrade our team. First being the training center, where we meet a guy named Adele, who helps us make our units that we have stronger, and Olivia, who runs the support lab, who we'll probably be using a little bit later as we don't really have anything for her right now. But it's time for the next mission, and we get you introduced to another really important mechanic in this game, that being the formation of your team and the synergy they have with each other. As every character has a ultimate move they can use, but they can only use it when they are in a certain position to another character, like our sister having to be behind a paladin while our ronin has to be in front of our assassin. But these formations get a little crazier, as we'll see later on, is because sometimes they might want you to be beside the characters or whatever, and it really kind of fluctuates with your formation, and other characters can team up with other ones. So it can get interesting. But we go in this dungeon meeting a couple new enemies, and we go and show our flashy new moves off. And boy, we were fighting all types of goodies in the dungeon, all types of armors and weapons that we were gonna use later on. Hopefully we don't lose them. Little foreshadowing for you. We also have a tussle with Larry the Lobster, and he has seen better days, I must say. But we were able to complete the mission we were sent to do. But when we were in the debriefing screen and the clock appeared, something did not seem right to me. Did that shit just tick down on me? Well, this is when I was introduced to the real thing that decides what makes the clock go up and down. Because it doesn't matter if you went in there and completed the mission that you did or not. It matters if you completed over 80% of the dungeon activities. But hey, at least I know now, and I know more than when I went in. But we were able to turn in our money and get our funds, and able to go get us a new member to the squad, that being the werewolves. We also get another shop that can help us called the Alchemy Workshop, that has a talking cat thing and a girl I know a lot of y'all boys gonna like. But after getting some upgrades from your new fan fantasy, we head her over to Olivia, who has a mission for us, where she wants us to go find some people that are missing in the mist, as it seems they were taken away by bandits and we need to go and deal with them. So like I said earlier, I instantly took out my witch. Like I said, I'm a f***ing idiot. But we add Team Jacob to the roster, and we set out to go whoop up some bandit booty. And while we're watching this fight footage, I think it's time to finally explain what the Ronin does. As he has a gauge that he slowly increases through the course of the dungeon, he's able to use 2 or 3 of the orbs that he saved up for a more powerful special attack, which I think he's a really fun character. But now the more I look into to it, he's really nothing when it's compared to the wolf. But after scouring the dungeon, we were finally able to find our target, the bandits. And yes, tentacles and anime girls, the match made in heaven with a Cthulhu twist to it all. And these boys mean business, as the big buff ones are able to slap you for your lunch money, and this little freaking wizard over here will make sure to make this thing last way longer than it needs to by putting up reflection shields, stunning your team, and every other annoying thing that you don't want to deal with. Why would they give this all to one enemy? But after some persistence and using every special move I had in my arsenal, we were able to take them boys down. But we had picked up 2 missions when we came in, so we had one more thing we had to do by picking up some mushrooms. But in the midst of us getting this mushroom, a man appears out of nowhere like Mario looking for his red mushroom fix. Hey yo, I'm not a foe, you can relax. I may not look the part, but I'm an official member of the Expedition Corps. My name's Hans, I'm one of you, but nowadays I travel alone without any comrade. Now about those mushrooms you're collecting, can you hand them to me?
Oh nah, boy, I'm about to get violated in the forest. The boy done made the face and everything. Can I please get an adult, please?
So we told our boy hell the no, and boy started getting pissed about it. Boy did not like rejection one bit. Talking about he about to show us his skill. Boy, I'm about to show you the backside of this sword. You keep playing with me.
But boy said, oh no, I was playing, bro. I was just kidding. I didn't want no smoke. Just wanted to make sure you wasn't gonna give it to nobody else. You feel me?
Yeah, shut the up, Hans. No one likes you. You, Hans. But after destroying a couple more monsters, we were able to head back in town and reap our reward, bringing the clock back and getting our team to level 3. Nice. And checking back to the expedition center, we were able to finally get another new character, that being the Grim Reaper. And yes, Death is still a cute anime girl. You're welcome. But you know what? We have been doing so good, we finally have the opportunity to face the big boss. And you know what? I think we go all for it. What's the worst that can happen? This shall be easy. I was sadly mistaken. So yeah, if it wasn't annoying enough, this boy and came with a whole squad with him, he's able to summon more worms. But I greatly overestimated my skills and underestimated my opponent, as this fleshlight looking creature that looks like it belongs in a bad dragon catalog done raised the difficulty out of nowhere and started taking us out bit by bit to the point where we were at our last member and died, failing the mission. Which failing the mission is one thing, we can just try again. But we can't do is bring all the dead team members back, as they are gone forever. And then to add the insult to injury, the doomsday clock started clicking down tremendously. And when I look at the town, it was in a sky of red with that goddamn hurricane that I told everybody was a problem, looking like it was ready to tear through the city. And I didn't know what to do. Do I just start a new game and try to grind it all out again? Do I give up and just admit that this game might be a little too hard for me? Or do I say that and pick myself and start grinding? And boy, that is what I did. I done went on a whole training arc. Boy, I done turned this thing into an anime for real. So we came out swinging with an ult off the bat. Had to put our foot in it, let them know we meant business. And as soon as one of those worms hit us, I just thought to myself, these guys hit a little harder than I remember. And boy, things just started getting bad from there, because we tried our best. We thought we could handle it, but this boy kept summoning more fucking worms. And we get boned one by one by one. The boys kept dropping like flies. At least the yin yang guy got to leave on his own terms. But with that, we had truly failed. The doomsday clock struck midnight, and it was game over.
We've run out of time. Events will unfold by the book, just as the gods wanted. You feel your body light slowly disappearing like the sands in the wind, and your consciousness fades to black.
I f***ing lost. I'm a loser. And honestly, just going through that was an experience on its own. This game is pretty fun, and I don't understand why it was taken off of Steam. I think people would really like it. It is a bit of a slog. The grinding really does get you a little bit, but I cannot let it end here. So my plan, here it is. I'm thinking of either making a sequel to this video where I go offline and do all this content, record it, try to get it and cut it up and make it nice and neat, just like this video was was for you. Or option B, I live stream it to you. I have never live streamed before. I was thinking about live streaming soon with some of my drawings and do some draw alongs first, just so I can, dip my toes in it. But if this is something that y'all think that y'all might want to see, because I'm like, yo, this is a cool game that I spent this money on so I could entertain y'all. So why not do it so y'all can see every asset of it and not just the little bits that I show you? And we can rename the characters after people in the chat or subscribers or whatever. I think it would be fun. If y'all think y'all would want to see that, let me know. We could maybe do that. But I'm just trying to figure it out. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. And if y'all want to see more gaming content or more MistOver content, let me know in the comments down below. And your boy Shaman gotcha. Peace.